Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana. If you're new, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment. Today is the last two parts to the lace series. I will be showing you all how to install as well as style the unit. So please make sure that you stay tuned.
Me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both. I don't wanna choose, and I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look,
let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is cut off the excess lace. You're going to do this in jagged motion. You're not going to do it straight across. Once you have the excess lace cut off, you're going to proceed with using your lace adhesive. The adhesive that I'm using is Ghost Bond, and you can order it from Amazon. It's about $19, and it took about 2 days to arrive. Some local beauty supply stores may have it as well. So when you're getting ready to apply it, I do smooth it out with a makeup brush. And as you saw, I just placed a few dots around the hairline. You're going to do this in front of her, or you're in front of the hairline, not on the hairline, not on your hair, but in front of the hairline. Once you have that part done, you're just going to basically repeat this about 2 to 3 times, depending on how long you want to wear your unit. She wanted to wear it for about 2 to 3 weeks, so I did 3 layers. So in between each layer, you are going to blow dry the adhesive until it's clear. Not while it's one side is clear, the other side is still a little white. You have to do it when the entire perimeter of the head is completely clear. Anytime you adhere the wig or the frontal while the glue isn't dry, you're going to have a sticky, gooey mess, and it's not going to be melted. You're going to have white glue coming through your lace. 1, it's a hard cleanup, and 2, you just ruined your frontal. So as you can see, I am blow drying it. You are going to blow dry it on a cool setting. Once you have your layers, you're going to then apply the unit to your client or to your head. So as you can see, I'm just taking the edges of the unit, making sure that the hair isn't going to, or the lace isn't bubbling up, there isn't any imperfections. You have to make sure that the lace is going on smoothly. It may seem simple, but it's really not. You have to really concentrate and make sure that you're applying it properly so that you don't have a bulgy frontal. So, of course, throughout this step, you may miss a few spots when you're applying the glue, and it's okay to go back and put the glue in the places where it's still lifting. So that's what I'm doing right here. And I'm holding the blow dryer to make sure that it's dried. So this is where you can see that I'm cutting off any excess lace as well as around her ear. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to then proceed with brushing everything back to the back of her head. I'm going to clip the hair away, and then I'm going to proceed with applying a scarf to further melt the lace and make sure that the lace is adhering to the glue. So as you can see, this is what the top looks like. This is just her part. I haven't even defined the part or plucked it, and you can see that it looks very natural. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to take off the scarf, and this is where I'm going to start further customizing the frontal. As you can see, I'm just pulling out hair that's going to act as her baby hair. So I'm just pulling it out, and as you can see, I'm taking some foam, and then I'm going to take my shears, and I'm just going to glide the shears down at a diagonal to create the baby hair. You don't want it to be too long just because it's going to look weird. You kind of want them to be semi-short. Once you have them cut out, as you can see, I'm taking an edge brush. I got it from my beauty supply store. It was like $1. And you're just going to just basically use like an S shape to guide or to form your baby hairs. Once you have that in place, you can then proceed with the other side and further laying your baby hairs how you would like. Once you have that done, you can then proceed with taking a scarf and further molding everything down. So I'm just cutting out the rest of her baby hairs. And like I said, you're doing this at a diagonal, as you can see. And then I'm just taking some mousse. And I'm just further, like I said, carving out her baby hairs. I really don't like baby hairs, but for the preference of my client, that's what she wanted. I get the purpose of it is to hide the line of demarcation. However, I'm not a baby hair fan. So I tied it down, and this is the after. Everything has dried, everything is molded, everything is in place. And so I'm about to begin the actual cut. So this is what's going to basically make or break your hairstyle. Whether it's a bob, you have long inches, or what may have you. At the end of the day, in order to get that flawless layered look, you are going to have to layer your hair. So I'm going to show you how I cut my bobs, and I've never had an issue doing it this way. So I'm taking a ponytail holder, and I'm just going to grab the ponytail and put it in. Once I get the length that it's okay with the client, I'm going to cut upward. You're going to cut above the ponytail holder, and you're going to cut up, not downward, but upward, and keep the same motion. And you have to create tension so that you can cut the hair properly. Once that's done, you're just going to kind of shape out the rest of the bob. So as you can see, I'm cutting to make sure that everything is even, and I'm just getting into the client's preference of how she wants her hair when it's curled and how it's going to fall. So like I said, you're just cutting at an angle. You have to angle the bob or kind of over direct the hair in order for it to fall correctly. So I'm just doing it in the front, or framing her face in the front. You can't really see it because I only have one camera, so I'm still just showing you the back, but you kind of get it. You just have to angle the hair in a diagonal, as well as the shears, because if you get a blunt cut and you're trying to create layers, you're going to end up with something that looks like a staircase, and you don't want that. So you want to cut always at an angle, as well as when you're getting ready to layer, you're wanting to over direct when it's necessary so that the hair is even. I know I'm kind of in the way of the cut, but if you like kind of look around, you can see what I'm doing. So as you quickly saw, that was the final product as far as what the lace looked like. So now I'm just further going in and detailing. The cut that you're seeing that I'm doing now is basically called point cutting. So I'm just taking some hair and I'm just point cutting. What that does is it removes some of the weight that you may have in the hair. So it's basically taking some of the density out of the bob so that it's not as thick in the back as, you know, you want your bob to have movement, body, and to be flowy. So that's basically what this point cutting does. You can kind of still achieve that same thing by using like a razor or like even cutting shears. Thinning shears. So now I'm getting ready to style it. So what you're going to do is, for this style, she wanted like a curly bob. So I'm just taking my flat iron and I'm just adding some curls to the hair. So I'm curling away, as you can see. And yeah, at this point, I'm just styling. There really isn't too much to it. If you do not know how to curl with the flat iron, I do have a video on it. So if you click on it, it's a detailed video on how to use a flat iron to create curls. But if you're looking at this video, as you can see, it's literally all in the wrist. The tighter that you turn it, the tighter the curl. As you can see, sometimes I'm going over the curl because it could be too tight for the hairstyle that I'm going for. She didn't want a Shirley Temple curl. However, she did want it to have body. So that's ultimately what I'm doing. And sometimes you can see that I'm still going in with shears to further detail the hair. So as you can see, this is what kind of the bob looks like from the back. Yeah, so I'm curling the hair all over. And if you can look at the front from right here, the lace looks really good. It looked like it's basically growing from her scalp. She was actually shocked that it actually looked that good. And I don't know why, but this is her first lace wig, by the way, as far as it being installed properly and customizing it and all of that. So this was her first time having that done. So she was a little shocked that it looked so realistic. But anywho, I am still just curling the hair all over at different angles. I'm not alternating the curl because I want it to be uniform, but I am, like, depending on how far up I'm going will determine how tight the curl is. In the back, at the very bottom, the curls are a little tighter than they are at the front because it's more so for body. So when the curls fall, the curls aren't, it's still not tight. It's just enough for it to have body and movement. So some of the pieces that you're still seeing that I'm cutting, they ended up being a little bit longer, and it happens. It's okay to triple check your work. Trust me, your client will appreciate you triple checking your cut, because if she wanted to wear this as straight hair, she needs to make sure that when she takes the curls out, that it's still going to be even. So that's why, like I said, it's okay to triple check the hair. So I'm still just styling the hair, curling it how it's supposed to go, you know, trying to find the placement. Sometimes you have to recurl, but it's fine. Just take your time and just figure out what works best for your client, because everyone's facial structure and face is completely different. So you have to kind of customize the hairstyle to that person. As you can see, she's showing me pictures of the hairstyle, and it's my sister, so I'm just trying to talk her out of the hairstyle because I really didn't like it, but she was ultimately still pleased with what she got. As you can see her face, just with that one side, she was very happy. So I'm doing the other side, and I did it off camera. I'm still going to curl like pieces of the middle, but you really can't see it because it's on the opposing side. But I did the rest of it off camera, and at the end of the video, you'll see the final product. But yeah, it's all in the wrist. It's really not, well, at least to me, it's not that difficult when it comes down to curling with the flat iron. In my opinion, it's easier because you're still technically opening and closing the barrel, but with the actual curling iron, I guess it takes a little bit more work, in my opinion. But nevertheless, this is the other side, the first side that I started, and this is what it looks like. It's very cute. It's just like a cute little mom bob, like housewife hair is what it reminds me of. So this is what she was kind of going for, but ultimately she wanted that side that you're looking at to be tucked behind her ear. But for her facial structure, I didn't really like it, so we kept it from behind her ear. So every time, I promise, if you curl like that, you're going to get the same curl, and it's going to fall perfectly as long as you have layers. Layers matter. Please make sure that you layer your hair. But as you can see, she couldn't stop smiling. She really liked it. She was very pleased with the hairstyle. But ultimately, this is still just me styling the hair on the opposing side, which again, you all still cannot see, but you kind of get the gist of it. It's still the same motions. It's still the same movement. So now I'm done, and this is the final result. Like I said, she really loved the hairstyle. It was everything that she wanted. So if you have any other questions, please make sure that you contact me. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I told Zeno I wanted a haircut. He was like, we're not about to be going to the barbershop.